To the fans view, KZI 88.7 FM. We are in Austin, Texas, for those who may not know. I'm hoping you know, but if you don't know, now you know. Thanks for joining us, KZI's Community Radio, and we are the support show for you. I'm Douglas Paul Washington II. Jamal, you brought me in.
Yep.
I love it. I need people to know. I want to go out on the record and say you might be the fastest engineer in America. I'm willing to put that up. I'm willing to say that. For those who don't know, Jamal January was a Division I athlete, Abilene Christian University. And Jamal, in the conference, did you ever win a championship in the conference?
I sure did.
Oh. You know what I'm saying? So I'm putting that up. If you listen to anything else, if you know somebody and they a sound engineer, they can come get it if they want it. Mm-hmm. But they don't want that smoke. No, they don't want that Jamal, smoke. I would say this. I heard this the other day, that a vast majority of adults do not hit their top speed after a certain age. And that age is supposed to be like 30 years old. Mm-hmm. Do you believe that?
Yeah.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Nah, I don't.
Okay. Well, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
There's some fast people out there.
Well, but when's the last time they hit
their top speed? I mean, we're seeing some dudes after once they go pro.
Yeah.
That are older than the age of 30.
Yeah.
Still be able to hit their top speeds. You know, they do. Yeah, they are professionally trained and everything.
Okay, so then you walked into that one because that's a minority.
Yep.
But the vast majority. Hey, how many times have you seen on TV? You see a picture. You got two uncles at a family reunion or something, and they out there, and they want to race, and you see one of them pulls up,
blows a tire.
Yeah. Or how many times you see people falling forward on their face?
Ouch. Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, that's when talking junk goes wrong. I just know that I play pickup basketball a couple times a week.
Yeah. And
I think that keeps me out of that majority because for some reason, I get some outlet passes. I mean, hey, send it. And people always overthrow you. Yeah. So now you got to turn on the jets to go get it. Mm-hmm. So I think I'm out of that. I think. Because I feel like I get to that top speed.
Yeah.
Man, we got a lot to talk about. It does seem like last week in college football was a little challenging.
Yeah.
When I say challenging, we're talking rivalry week.
Oh yeah.
And I just want to know which ones caught your eye. So I'm a drop it. Mm-hmm. If you like it, we gonna talk about it. Absolutely. If you don't like it, we ain't talking about it.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on down to Memphis Tulane. Did that do anything for you?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
That G5 game wasn't really that much to me.
Nah. It didn't do nothing for me. Respect to Tulane. They 7-1 in their conference, but I'm good. They were a ranked team though, and they got knocked off by an unranked Memphis. So Memphis was game. So congrats to them Tigers. All right, Georgia Tech.
Oh yeah, that was a great one.
Brother, is Georgia Tech better than what we thought?
Absolutely. And it started at the very beginning of the season when they played Florida State up in Ireland.
Yes, sir.
So, what was it, 8 overtimes?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to go to sleep so bad.
Oh, you were actually watching it.
Yeah, I was watching it.
Man, respect.
On Thursday, I think. Yeah. Thursday or Friday, whichever day it was. But, yeah, I was watching it from start to finish.
So, help me out here. When did we lose? Because they were 7-5, Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
After that game. Mm-hmm. So you're right. They knocked off number 10 Florida State, and we thought they was doing something.
Yeah.
But we now know that Florida State ain't really who they. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Then they went into Georgia State. Now they didn't even have to leave Atlanta for that. Mm-hmm. I mean, so everyone's geographical knowledge. If you don't know, Georgia State is right there in ATL. Mm-hmm. So they beat them boys.
Yeah.
Then they lost to Syracuse. Now we may have to we may have to go back and respect Syracuse because they
knocked off Miami.
Yeah, they knocked off Miami. We're going to get to that one. Then they went and smacked around VMI.
Yeah.
Yo, that's how we go on our service members, our future service members. 59-7. That wasn't even right. And then they lost to ranked at that time, number 19 Louisville. Okay. So I think that's when it was over, right? And we kind of slept on them. They beat Duke. They beat North Carolina, Tobacco Road, those basketball schools. And then they had to wrestle with the big dog, Notre Dame. They lost that.
Yeah, they did lose that.
31-13. Then they went to Virginia Tech, who ain't really doing nothing this year, but they got smacked around on that one too. Michael Vick wasn't coming out of that breezeway. And then they knocked off Miami.
Yeah.
So then that put them back on the map. Is that when you?
Yeah, that was when I was like,
I'm telling you, I lost them a long time ago. Yeah. But okay, so then,
well, I'm gonna say this. The way Georgia Tech should view Georgia Tech fans should view their season. Yeah, they should think of themselves as a team kind of like Kansas. Like, yeah, we didn't have our way going, but hey, we knocked off a lot of teams for being contenders.
Yes,
from their championship games and stuff. But
when you are an underdog and you show up to that fight, I mean, respect there, and then you win the fight, so you deserve it. Yeah. Look, you could only beat the people just in front of, and at that time, Florida State was ranked number 10.
Yeah.
At that time, Louisville was 19, and 12 points, and it wasn't a blowout. All right, I want to go to another game. I want to say this one is going to be good for you because you traveled, you went and did some things. Yeah. Went to some meets here and there. Oregon State, Boise State. You interested in that? Right?
Yeah, not really.
I know. Yeah. But the only reason I guess we're interested is because the potential Heisman winner, Ashton Jeanty, he's still technically on pace to break Barry Sanders' record.
I thought they ruled. Well, didn't Barry Sanders get it in the regular season, though?
See, I was hoping you would bring up that point. What are we doing nowadays? Because now we're extending the seasons. Yeah. When teams could get 14 to 15 games in, what are we going to do with the hallowed records? I mean, that's like in the NBA, you playing 82 games, but if you go to 100, of course somebody's going to be knocking out scoring records, most three-pointers. So you'll always put an asterisk on it, is what it sounds like.
I think you kind of have to just blow it dead at this point.
I know.
In my opinion. Just out of respect for Barry.
Yeah.
Like, dude was great.
That was
literally.
That might have been the greatest college football season of all time.
Literally. It's unfair, man.
Not stop.
Like literally, whatever that time period is, just cancel it right there, right then and there.
Ole Miss, Mississippi State.
The Egg Bowl. I actually watched a little bit of it because Mississippi State was up.
At one point, it was 14-10 at the end of the first quarter, and everybody was clutching jewels and calling mamas.
And I was trying to see if this would be a good bounce back game for Jackson Dart too. Yeah. After that, poor performance he had at the very end of the game against Florida.
Yeah.
So, I'm not too surprised that Mississippi came out with a dub.
Oh wait, so are you back on Jackson Dart? Let me hit you with them stats. He went 14-24 for 143 yards, 1 touchdown.
100 and how many?
43.
43. That's actually a bad game for Jackson Dart, believe it or not.
I think so.
Yeah.
You're 14-24. That's not a good percentage. And then lastly, your average was 6 yards per pass. That ain't getting it, right?
That's not getting it.
Okay. So they need to go into the portal or
they do
see what young buck is coming out.
They do because it is his last year, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it's last year. So.
Okay. It's Lane Kiffin though.
It is Lane Kiffin.
Well, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, I mean, we've seen some QBs already enter the portal.
Oh yeah.
Miller Moss.
They jumping.
The portal from USC. Somebody else too, but I can't think of their name right now. But we're seeing it. The portal is currently jumping at the moment, and it's going to continue to jump. And I'm really interested to see how some of these players are going to play out, where they're going to end up. Yeah.
Okay, let's do. I think we do it every show. Let's do old guy, young guy, right quick.
Okay.
So in my day, we didn't have all this portal jumping, but now in your day it is. How do you view it? Do you like this?
I would say I like it to a point. For people like, it was a QB, JT Daniels. I think that's his name last year. He went from USC to where'd he go next? He went from USC, then I think he went to West Virginia. Then from West Virginia, he went to Rice.
Oh my
gosh! I think he
gosh.
finished there.
He played for you're on it.
Yeah.
USC,
Yeah.
Georgia Bulldogs.
Okay, Georgia, that's who it was.
He was back up to Stetson Bennett.
Yeah.
West Virginia, you nailed it, and Rice.
So
just
and
to round
like,
out, he came to
I
Texas.
get it. You're trying to like find your spot and everything, but I think there has to be a point where you can only transfer like twice and or once, and like I think they should bend it a little bit and be like, okay, we'll give you another chance to transfer if you get injured or something like that, because you're kind of playing with the like other teams' rosters and stuff like that, you know.
Does it? Do you think it helps for parity?
Yeah.
And would that sway you more than, let me just give you this, pipeline? Because it's kind of cool when you got pipelines coming. I will say this, we're going to talk Texas.
Yeah.
But if I was a recruit coming out, the way Sark is holding on to Quinn and holding back Arch, man, I don't know if I'm waiting 3 years before I could take it.
Absolutely not.
And so you kind of want a school that's got a pipeline, unless you see that the pipeline is clogged up.
Exactly. And then even to like back up your point, we saw Malik Murphy last year.
He was smart. He said, "I gotta go."
Yeah, he said, "I gotta get up out of here," because clearly I'm not the guy that Sark wants at the moment. With Arch coming in, because he was backup last year, and then he actually got to start a couple of games because Quinn got hurt.
Yeah,
but
he did okay. Duke ended up. They did all right. They were 9-3, so they ended up 4th in the ACC. So we just said we're giving respect to Georgia Tech. Clemson's in the ACC. People, if you ain't know, y'all might have heard of Miami. I mean, and then that makes you number 4.
Yeah,
that's a good year. Or you gonna keep sitting?
No, that's a good year.
I was wondering who you would go to. I'd be remiss if I forgot to say, SMU is also in the ACC.
They are. Crazy.
Okay, so
crazy work, man.
If we're talking about that, since you brought up Malik Murphy, I just want to know, did he make a good decision? So 9-3 already sounds like that's going to sway you.
Yeah.
Here's who he lost to this year: Georgia Tech,
legit,
by 10 points, and that was at Georgia Tech. So hard game.
Yeah.
He lost to SMU,
legit,
only by 1 point. And that was a home game. And at that time, they were ranked number 22. And then he lost to Miami.
Legit.
Now, that was a blowout.
Yeah.
And that was at Miami. Hey, the Miami streets is undefeated. I'm here to tell you why.
I think he has a good thing going for him right now.
No doubt.
Literally.
And that's so that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about when I say the portal's good.
Yeah.
You could jump and go help. We were talking Duke, man. When I was talking about Georgia Tech beat Duke and North Carolina, was the first thing I said. Basketball schools, right?
Yeah.
But now we can give them a little respect on their football.
Another thing too, like, this is his first year transferring. It's the first team he's transferred to. Now, obviously, do we think of Duke as a football school? The last person, the big name person, I think that came out of Duke was who? Daniel Jones, I think.
Yes.
So so I mean, if right now in my opinion, he got a good thing going. If I'm him, I'm gonna tell like receivers and running backs, hey, and offensive linemen, hey, I'm at Duke right now. Enter the portal, get over here. I can use some more weapons. But.
Dang, man, there aren't many. Oh, okay, I got another one for you.
Okay.
Noah Gray with Kansas City came from Duke. Okay, so there's a guy. Okay. Because I think Kansas City's trying to make him the heir apparent.
Yeah.
And take some of the pressure off the Mr. Swifty. So I think that's why. Yeah, I know.
Travis.
I think he'll take it though. I think she a billionaire now. I think he'll take that. And then Jamison Crowder. Oh, you remember that name? Came from there. Okay. But Daniel Jones was the big one. Yeah. That we all know. All right, so we gonna give a little respect to
Malik Murphy.
Blue Devils. All right, so then we gonna come up to Oklahoma State, Colorado. Colorado beat them boys 52-0.
Beat the brakes off of them.
I'm a man. I'm 40. That's Mike Gundy. I had to double take. Like, wait, is that Oklahoma State Little Rock? I was like, was that a different school? It can't be a Gundy team.
Did you watch the game?
I didn't. I watched the second half, not the whole thing.
Yeah,
it was over when I watched.
Even the entire time, the offense was just horrible for Oklahoma State.
What happened?
Like, I have no idea what's going on over there with Mike Gundy and Oklahoma State. But
they finished the year 3-9.
3-9. I know he's well respected over there, but it just makes me wonder if his job is going to be on the hot seat soon. You know, but literally, I mean, because I'm a fan of Mike Gundy.
I am too.
Literally,
I still remember the quote. And his players have always seemed to rep for him. That wasn't just one press conference.
Yeah.
No one came out afterwards like, man, he fake. I know y'all think that one time he had it back, but I've never heard anything bad. I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot of teams that would take him though if they let him go.
Facts.
And that mullet. And who's the coolest person you could think of rocking the mullet?
Rocking the mullet?
Yeah. Besides him. So he's off the board. If you got to think of somebody that's pulling a good mullet. You can tell I don't say that too often. Who would be some of the people? I'm gonna give you a couple names. And then let's just see if you agree. I know you probably got your David Bowie. He's been doing it for a while.
Yeah.
Okay. Kurt Russell. There's a couple mullet joints, and then of course, rest his soul, Patrick Swayze. That he was like king of the mullet. What? There were some times that Rihanna had that thing working too.
Really? If I go back and look at it, I'll probably recognize.
Yeah, you gotta go back and check it. Paul McCartney, and he's still kind of doing it now. Okay, I'm gonna date myself here. I mean, everybody already know I'm older than you.
Yeah.
But there was a time when he might have been one of the coolest dudes alive. Andre Agassi. He had his own shoe, and it was a literally a tennis shoe.
Really?
He was rocking that mullet back in the 80s.
Okay.
Billy Ray Cyrus?
Billy Ray Cyrus sure did.
So your generation got him when he was with Lil Nas X?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he was also in the TV show Hannah Montana.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I used to watch that.
That is yours? Okay.
Yeah.
So, but she's older than you, though.
Yeah, she is. It was still on Disney Channel, man.
Yeah.
You had the three: Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, and Cartoon Network. But that's a different story.
Yeah. No, we got some of those listeners too, and they was like, "Yeah, man, I remember that."
There was one game I wanted to get to.
Oh, who you got?
It was Michigan and Ohio State. Watching Ryan Day lose again.
13-10.
For those that don't know, Ryan Day's the coach at Ohio State. Yeah.
Well, currently.
Yep, currently.
Yeah. Maybe they're going to wait till the bowl is over. And
it's like, so my dad and I were on the way to Houston, right?
Uh-huh.
And we were listening to another radio show. I'm not going to plug them in. Yeah.
We good. We don't want to hear about it at all.
And like fans were like calling in, like fans from Ohio State were calling in and we're talking about, this got to be Ryan Day's last year. He brought in Chip Kelly, thought he was going to do something and everything, and it's still not going well. And it's like, they're just looking at, it is the biggest game of their season because it is a rivalry game, I guess. But Ohio State still has a great record and a way better record than Michigan, But I get it, fans aren't too satisfied over there in Columbus. I think that's where Ohio State is. But
I feel like Michigan people at the end of that game, to quote the famous line, "Is this your champion?"
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, now that's basically what I'm thinking there. So for those who don't know, Michigan 7-5, 5-4 in the conference. This was their Super Bowl. It don't matter what happens in the bowl after this. That made their year.
Yeah.
Because Coach might have got let go. He had a little controversy to start, and then again after coming off the national championship, this is how you do. But Ohio State. Come on, you number 2 in the nation.
Number 2, yep.
Now you're 10-2, 7-2 in the conference. I don't. Everybody likes to say I don't like to call for people to get fired, but nah, bro, it's time to go.
Yeah, it's time.
It's time. Ryan Day is not the guy, because this is indicative of his time. Your fan base needs this, and if you can't provide what they need, they don't care about the 10-2. They're just going to remember that they lost to Michigan this year.
Literally, that's fact.
And I know a lot of people might want to take that job. So
what if it's like always been a setup, and like Ryan Day gets fired, and they're looking for candidates, and they go, "Oh wait, offensive coordinator is Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly has a great college football resume." That'll be like a what's the show with the Lakers, Winning Time, where they fired and brought in, I forgot his name, but they fired that coach and then brought in Pat Riley. That'll be hilarious.
So if your replacement is the guy that you hired,
That hurts.
Yeah.
That's how you burn a bridge.
When you go back to the athletic director, well, I told him he was a good hire. I told him he was legit.
Yeah.
That is that's about is the harder pill that you could take though if you're Ryan Day. I mean, you're happy because I guess that's your boy, right? Like you hired him, you wanted him. You're happy, but you ain't really happy because now you're always praying for their downfall at whoever succeeds you.
Yeah.
You want them to go through hard times so you can be like, see, they needed me, but hey, what about the flag planting, man? What's your take on that?
I'm gonna crack a joke. Baker walked so all these other teams could run. Right? We saw Baker do it a long time ago when they beat Ohio State at Ohio State, which isn't really a rivalry, but it was still a big game, early big game of the season. But I think I don't know, man. Like, I think it's a little like juvenile. And
I think so.
You know,
it doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
And look, man. I'm an Army veteran. Like the whole game is capture the flag. Like
exactly.
That's literally what we train for. Man, I ain't interested in no what. Man, if I'm single, I'm over there trying to hire a cheerleader. If I'm on the team, I'm trying to get that shower, get to the bus, get something to eat.
Yeah.
The last thing I really want to do is now fight and then be outnumbered. I've never been beat up. But I've avoided some stuff. And sometimes there's some dudes with their cousins and you're outnumbered. And that, what does that do? That could ruin the rest of your career for fighting. I got to punch you in the helmet? Like with my hand? No, man. It just, all of that is lost on me.
It's ridiculous.
Okay.
I would say one thing that was like a big like wow moment for me was during the Arizona and Arizona State game. After they beat Arizona at Arizona, a player with the pitchfork walked over and was planning it. And I was like, hey, that's a little sharp, man. That's a sharp object that they're fighting over right now.
So I'm glad you said that. All right, how about that? Let's talk about that. So Arizona State finished the season 10-2 in the Big 12.
Okay.
Arizona finishes their season 4-8. You beat them 49-7. Come on, dog. You ain't got to do all that.
Yeah, you really don't.
You proved your point. Like, what you act like you got 10 wins, double-digit wins. Act like you've been there before.
And you're going to the championship game.
What you doing?
Yeah.
And then, so no one thinks this won't cause a problem. This won't cause a fight. And I won't get suspended, even if it starts a fight. Well, if you want to fight, I'm ready to fight. But I won't get suspended. Like, you're supposed to be smarter than that. Because you got to protect. Don't fumble the bag.
Yeah.
The NIL. The additional monies, the literal bags you get as a team that goes to a nice bowl game.
NFL scouts too are looking at you too, man.
Come on, man. Y'all messing up.
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna chalk it up to youthful exuberance, but I'm also gonna chalk it up to, man, you ain't thinking.
You really
in the moment you think, and then for the rest of the day, and it was like copycat, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't think I've ever seen that many in one day.
Neither have I. But I would have to give props to Coach Sark on it, because there was I saw a report that he was pulling players away that were trying to plant the flag after they beat the brakes off of A&M.
Yeah.
Hook 'em, by the way. But yeah.
Bro, that stadium was rocking.
And I saw something and I was like, I saw something, a meme on social media, and it was like A&M's intro, and I was like, that's a cold intro. And somebody in the comments was like, man, all this just for the offense not to score a single point. And I was like, yeah.
Man, their quarterback looked electric. Like, I thought, oh man, they about to have a problem. They out here with Lamar Jackson out. They gonna have a problem until they didn't. And he got nicked up a couple times. I bet a couple times them boys came and he's like, man, I don't even know about this. I don't know. So he's just gonna learn from this.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a young guy. Come back if they're gonna stick with him. And just try again.
Or who knows? He might enter the portal, man. He got the film good now.
Dang. Especially if that fan base, you could tell if the support's not there to bring you back. If they want to come bring somebody else in, okay, I understand that.
Yeah.
So we are We're up against it.
Yeah.
We are going to take a break. We will take calls. 512-836-2887. You listen to the Fans View, KZI 88.7 FM. Jamal January over there doing his thing.
Yep.
He's got a tip cup next to him, but ain't nobody putting nothing in it yet.
Wow.
But he's working the board. Appreciate you, brother. I'm Douglas Paul Washington II. We're glad you're joining us. If you're streaming, you can go to kzifm.org or the TuneIn app if you want to stay mobile. If you're at your laptop, if you're at your desktop at work. But you can use the TuneIn app, take it with you, search KZI,
Absolutely.
and then you can tune in. We'll be here every Friday from 10 to noon. That's Central Daylight Time.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in. We got some people all over the world. I see we got somebody over in Europe. I see what we got.
Always got
we
that
got
one
Washington
person in
State.
Europe.
Yeah. Is that one Germany?
I think it is.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah, we appreciate you. Well, hey, Ireland rocks with us too. There's somebody over in Ireland that always goes hard. So, hey, we worldwide, brother. We worldwide.
Yeah.
So, the number is 512-836-2887, and somebody already used it, huh?
Yep.
Well, let's see.
Wonder who it could be.
You are on live. Thanks for calling.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Yo.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, what's up, 6-6? Mr. Oklahoma. Bowl eligible. What's up?
Yeah, and I want to bring that up. What we were talking about last week. See, that's why we had to beat Alabama. We had to win one of those games to be bowl eligible.
Yeah.
And then we beat Alabama and we lost LSU. So at least we won one of those games to be bowl eligible.
Yes.
And I was telling you that, but you were saying Alabama needed it too, but we needed it more.
That was, what? Of those so we're referring to the last three games. For those who don't know, the Oklahoma Sooners had to play number 24 Missouri, number 7 Alabama, and then LSU. And LSU, the last game of the season, was at LSU in Death Valley, is what that area is known as. So of those two games, because Missouri was away, LSU was away, but right there in the middle, you had Alabama at home, and y'all understood the assignment, 24-3. Brother, that made your year.
Yeah, it did. It did.
And it ruined Alabama.
They still talking about that game. Alabama just scored 3 points on Oklahoma.
Yes.
Because I be looking at the Paul Feinborn show and ESPN and Get Up and all that. They still talking about that game.
What?
And I heard one of the sports analysts say, this is one of Oklahoma's worst years, and I agree with it. And we got a new offensive coordinator. I don't know who he is. I forgot where he came from. And we had 2 players to go to the transfer portal. The quarterback and the wide receiver.
Yo, wait a minute. So when we talk about Dylan Gabriel, for those who don't know, that was a quarterback they had last year. He left. He's at Oregon, and he is smashing right now. What do the faithful say? Like, are y'all is this remorse, or y'all happy for him that he's gone? I'm just kind of curious. What's the take on that? Are y'all going to be rooting for Oregon?
Well, I'm going to tell you, I watched that game last week when Oregon played, who was that they played? Boise State?
No, that was at the very beginning of the season.
Yeah. That
But, Boise State gave him a game, man. Because I believe Oregon is going to get beat for some reason.
I agree. I agree.
Eesh. Man, I look, you guys are giving me stuff. I wasn't prepared for that. Y'all got to back that up. So what are y'all saying? You talking the defense is garbage, the offense is garbage? You giving them both garbage?
Will Howard.
Y'all give me some more on that.
It's Will Howard. It's the quarterback, Will Howard.
Wait. At Oregon.
Oh, my fault. My fault at Oregon. You said at Oregon.
Yeah, you just can't wait to get to the Will Howard. We're going to come back to the
my fault. I just think they had a close call against that Ohio State team with not that great of with Ohio State's QB not being that great, and then they have a close call against Boise State. Now, yes, Boise State does have a Heisman runner, but I just think they're gonna get knocked off somewhere, man. I think their one loss is gonna come during the playoffs, sadly.
Okay, I'm gonna put some spec on Oregon, the Mighty Ducks. They the fighting Ducks. So they knocked off the number 2 team in America at a time when Ohio State was looking good, and it wasn't. I mean, it was 1 point. It wasn't a blowout, but a win's a win. They knocked off number 20 Illinois, the Fighting Illini. Yeah. Okay, that doesn't impress y'all. They beat Michigan at Michigan.
Michigan's overranked.
Okay, they didn't do nothing for y'all. Okay, well then they got to play number 3 Penn State tomorrow. Is that going to impress you? Number 3, they ranked number 3. Mr. Oklahoma. Jamal can't be impressed. Mr. Oklahoma, if they beat number 3 Penn State, will that impress you?
Well, kind of, sort of. You know, Penn State is okay.
What is wrong with y'all? Why y'all hating on? Listen, they're the number 1 team in the nation. Penn State's number 3 in the nation. Y'all got to give some respect to these boys. You can only play the people that's in front of you. They beat Boise State. That's a good team. Yeah. That's in the playoffs.
But Douglas, I'm not hating on nobody. I mean, I love the excitement. You know, I love the excitement. You don't sound excited.
I just told you the number 1 and number 3 teams in the nation, and both of y'all don't sound excited, to use your word.
Well, you know, I have my opinion like you got your opinion, and I say, but you know, I say Penn State is okay.
Why put a big O on the okay? I'm reading it all, Mr. Oklahoma. I'm reading it all. Yeah. Okay, how about this then? If you and Jamal, you people, if you guys can't be impressed with the rankings, then we might as well just throw the whole rankings out the window, because we don't just give a number 1 team a number 1 ranking. We don't just give a number 3. Yeah. We talking top 4 in the nation, and y'all are not impressed. And so the only reason, look, Mr. Oklahoma, you're right. Y'all are entitled to your opinion. This is entertainment also. This is a radio show. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I just want to know, what would impress you guys? I don't know what else. What do you need them to do?
I just do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I do it by, you know, the teams you play, right? Dang. You know, and like what I see on film. Because if you go to Penn State's schedule,
okay,
just listen to these teams, okay, that they've played this season. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
West Virginia, Bowling Green, Kent State, okay, Illinois, UCLA.
Well, wait, Illinois was ranked. Okay, they were ranked number 19.
They were ranked. UCLA. USC.
It's a down
Wisconsin.
year. It's a down year.
I guess. Man, like, it's just.
Those are powerhouse. That ain't your fault, though. When you book them 2 years ago, you was like, man, we going to go to. Well, they went to LA. Sorry. UCLA came to play them in Pennsylvania, but then they went to LA to play USC. And then you follow that up with going to Wisconsin.
Yeah.
At Wisconsin. Like, it sounds like it would have been a good schedule 2 years ago.
I just feel like they need to get the same treatment that Indiana gets. You know, this whole idea with the eye candy, you know, looking good during these games because you're not really playing no one, you know. But I just think Penn State are frauds from time to time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And can I just kind of jump around
Absolutely.
a little bit?
Yeah. What else you got?
I want to talk about, man, that schedule they got, that new schedule they got. Man, they like years back when I used to call even before y'all got on the show, they still not satisfied with the schedule. Even today, they talking about, well, this team has lost 3 games, this team has lost 2 games. Why they not? You know, and I listen to it every day, man, and they still not satisfied with it. And I don't think they ever gonna be satisfied with it. You know, like the fans.
Yes, sir.
I don't think they ever gonna be satisfied with it, man.
I think we have to look at this thing we always call strength of schedule.
Yeah.
And that's what Jamal is saying here. When you look at strength of schedule as a factor in determining the ranking and playoff selections, then that's the best you could do.
Yeah.
So yes, to Jamal's point, if you we were talking Georgia Tech, if you knock off Florida State, okay, but it's a down year. Yeah. So you don't get that strength of schedule.
I feel like that strength of schedule ranking should not come out to the very end of the season. Because like I said last week, we didn't know Michigan was going to be bad. We didn't know Vandy was going to be good this year.
Yeah.
We didn't know SMU was going to be flawless.
You didn't know South Carolina was going to be legit.
Legit. South Carolina is hot right now.
Them some boys out there.
Like I said, I think we got to wait till like all the games finish. Then we decide who had the best strength of schedule, this and that. Because in my opinion, Oklahoma got one of the hardest schedules out there.
Yeah.
So colleges have.
We got a hard schedule and a bad coach.
Oh, and that offensive coordinator was Ben Arbuckle.
Yeah,
He was at Washington State. He was at Washington State.
Michigan State?
No, Washington State.
Washington State. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, I don't know nothing about him, but we got the quarterback from Oklahoma. He's in the transfer portal.
That's what it was.
And they got a wide receiver in the transfer portal. So, man, I'm gonna tell you, if Brett Venables don't do nothing next year, man, he needs to go. He needs to go, man. And I'm gonna tell you, I heard a sports analyst say that, man, this is the worst year Oklahoma he have ever seen Oklahoma, and I believe it.
Well, here's what I want to ask you as a loyal Oklahoma Sooner fan. I'm a little curious. If you were listening earlier, Jamal and I were talking about pipeline.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If I'm a 5-star recruit, just bear with me now. I know you got your jokes, but if I'm a 5-star recruit, why I want to go to Oklahoma? You let Dylan Gabriel out the door. He went to Oregon and shined. You got Jackson Arnold, who now takes it over because maybe we're saying that's another reason why we pushed Dylan Gabriel out the window. Yeah. But then even Jackson wants to leave. And now you got this new dude, Ben Arbuckle, and we don't even know what y'all doing. And then, we all heard about Brett Venables. I can't say the fan base is that jazzed about him. Yeah, they got this win against Alabama, but aside from that, I don't know if the pipeline is going to be popping for Oklahoma for these reasons.
Tell me about it. Because you know what? They got that new offensive coordinator. I think they setting him up for Brett Venables to get fired. That's what I'm thinking. I'm just thinking. I think they set him up to get fired because next year, if he don't do nothing better, I think they're gonna get rid of him.
Ooh. Now, I want to give everybody a little background. We've all heard the name Cam Ward, the starting quarterback over there at University of Miami.
A dog.
Do you know where he was before he was at Miami?
Washington State.
And do you know who Ben Arbuckle had? Again, we just answered the question.
Yeah.
That was a big offense. It's just that Cam had to level up. That's why he went to Miami, so he could get more to be seen because you're on that West Coast time. And then Ben Arbuckle too. He said, "Hey man, let me go to the SEC because people ain't respecting my offense. So I go to the SEC, and then I'm gonna pop out on them."
Yeah.
And I think that's a good call. I think if Venable goes, wow, I like that little conspiracy theory for y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Oklahoma, when it comes to 2025, y'all got 18 commits. And then the ESPN 300, y'all got 7. So y'all got the number 2 offensive tackle. You got some hitters that are still supposed to be coming.
I know. I know, man. I mean, is that going to be enough for us,
no,
man? Because
it's not.
yeah.
It's not. Because notice that's who I led with.
I'm not happy with that business. I'm not.
I know.
I'm really not.
Well, that's why I led with the Oklahoma. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, I want to switch up on this NBA, man. On this, like this what they got going on now. Man, how do a lot of teams be winning and losing? How do they get eliminated? So many teams need to be eliminated, man.
You talking about the NBA Cup?
Yeah, the NBA Cup.
Well, if
someone needs to be eliminated.
Well, if you've been paying attention, we got the Milwaukee Bucks. They clinched their group, so they're going to be going up against the Orlando Magic next week for a knockout game. Then you got the Knicks going to be going up against the Hawks next. That's on the 11th. And then in the West, you got the Thunder versus the Mavericks. It's going to be on the 10th. And then you got the Rockets and the Warriors. It's going to be on the 11th. So they're actually looking to wrap things up actually around next week. And then going from there, it's going to be the semifinals to the championship. So the last few teams are already locked in, sir. So how you feeling about it?
I'm kind of confused, man, because I think 2 teams got eliminated. I think did Detroit get eliminated?
Yes, Detroit went up against the Bucks, and the Bucks went ahead and handled business. They've actually been playing really good these past 8 games, but I think the last game I saw them, they went up against the Hawks and got a little bit humbled.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody else got eliminated too.
I would have to go ahead and look back through, but the last game I know I checked was the Bucks and the Hawks.
Yeah, the Eastern Conference, they only have 4 teams left,
Yeah.
and the Western Conference only has 4 left. Here's what you got to know. So they break it down into small groups. and you do your group play. And those are on specified nights. And so you know that because they changed the floor.
Yeah.
Also, for those who are out watching, you're like, hey, I like that floor. I see what they doing there. Well, that's because it's an NBA Cup group play game. And that allows you, if you got to win. You got to win those games. Just think about it's like a smaller conference within their conference, just to simplify it. And if you're not doing good in your group, sorry for you, but yeah, we down to 8 now. Yeah. There's only 8 left.
How many games you have to lose to be eliminated?
Just one, right?
Just one. It's a one-game knockout.
Yeah.
One and done.
Is that right? Well, didn't the Lakers lose the game and they still playing, ain't they?
No. They're no longer in it.
They're out of there.
In the West, it's only the Dallas Mavericks, Oklahoma City Thunder, Golden State, and Houston.
All right, my Rockets, they trying to hang in there, but I don't think they're going to go to the championship.
What are you talking about? They number 2 in the West.
They're not going past the Warriors.
Yeah, they're
not going past the Warriors.
You ain't Miss Oklahoma. Say it with your chest. Tell these boys your Rockets are going to beat the Golden State Warriors. Come on.
Didn't they play?
Yeah,
don't fade on us.
They still my Rockets, man. But I like to see. I like to see proof.
I'll see no confidence. Amen. wait.
I do have a little confidence in them, but come on. But hey, I want to talk about this college basketball. Kansas got beat the other night, and then Auburn got beat. Number 1 and number 2 got beat.
Yeah. So I like this part of the season. I like that we're gonna have this. This is what brings more eyes, I believe. When you got chalk, when you got these big teams starting out, it's kind of boring, right? And people start to say little things like, oh, well, I'll wait. Or when I get closer to March Madness, I start paying attention. No, we want these upsets. We want this brings the eyes to the show. For those who also don't really know, when you have the rankings, when you look up top and you see Kansas up top, you see Auburn up top, you see Tennessee, and then you see Kentucky further down. They're ranked number 4. And then up pops a Marquette at number 5. Like that's what you want. So we're all over America there. You got Iowa State. You got Gonzaga. You get some teams that you know about in the previous years. But I like it. And Duke is all the way down at number 9.
Yeah.
So it's got me watching. I got a dark horse. I got a family member playing on a team, so I'm rooting for them. But I'm tuned in. I'm watching a lot of games already. So.
Yeah, me too. I watched the women last night. I seen Texas get beat by Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And South Carolina, they get back in the mix. So I watched that last night too. And I want to say, man, I'm just go back to college football. Texas look good, man. I think Texas got a chance to go to the championship and win it. Because that defense, man, it's like A&M trying to run against Texas defense 3 or 4 times. I said, are you serious? They're going to try to run against Texas defense? A&M fell apart, man.
Okay.
They fell apart.
So what was the expectation from A&M, though? Let's be honest. Let's be honest. So even if A&M would have won the game, did we think A&M was going to beat Georgia? Nope. Is that what we thought?
No.
I don't think anybody. Okay, then. So here I'm going to say this. Texas did not impress me against A&M, and I don't have a lot of confidence in the team and Quinn going into Georgia. Them some hungry dogs. Yeah. And they know what they did last time. They're going to be very confident. And everyone knows you're on that gimpy ankle. Even that long run that he had against Texas A&M.
He looked painful.
Didn't it look ugly?
It looked so
ugly. Ain't nobody. Hey, Mr. Oklahoma, remember what I said when Georgia came to town? What did I say? Do you remember what I said? I said the boys are not scared. Georgia Bulldogs were not scared, and everyone gave me a hard time. It was like, well, everybody's amped up for the games. I said, no. They felt disrespected at that point because everyone expected Texas to win. I'm saying that again. They have something to prove in this SEC title game.
Aren't they playing in Atlanta too?
And it's in Atlanta.
Stadium?
And Bevo's not going.
Yeah, it might be.
They didn't have a place. Now Uga's not going, which is the mascot for UGA. For those who don't know, but Bevo, for those who don't know, is the mascot for the Longhorns. Yeah. Not gonna be there either. So, that's home cooking right here.
Hey, Bevo not going, and Uga not going.
Nah, they're not gonna fight like a couple years ago.
Uga gonna be on
I know that's
So, for those who don't know, Uga is a bulldog. He's only 2.5, and so the owner says that he's young and he's not used to traveling yet. So that's why they're not doing it. But yeah, no, I think them Georgia boys are not afraid, and I think they got something to prove. And it's a gimpy Quinn. So yeah, hey, Miss Oklahoma, where you gonna watch that game at? SEC title game. Where you gonna be?
On TV.
At the crib?
I'm gonna watch it on TV because man, they got 3 college games tonight.
Oh, all right. Man, I gotta do some things tonight, so I won't be in front of the TV until late, about 9-10. Yeah. But hey, you I know you're gonna be all over the place. So if you are watching the game or whatever you're into tonight, because I know you're gonna be on them all, man, enjoy, and I can't wait to talk to you again next time. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, hey, let me say one more thing before I get off the air, man. Y'all better pay attention to these high schools too, dude. Because, man, I'm going to tell you, North Shore and Houston, they are rolling.
Yes.
North Shore rolling. And I tell you, if they want to play Westlake or Lake Travis, I want to see that game.
Yes. Hey, man, Corey's not here.
He said Marshall in Houston?
Yeah.
You talking about Fort Bend, Marshall?
No, I said North Shore.
North Shore.
North Shore. Houston, man, I think they undefeated.
Hey.
And they got the same quarterback been there for about 2 or 3 years.
Well, you do know high school is 4 years. You act like he been there too long.
Man, he been there a long time. And that dude, and the running back too.
Yeah. Yeah, they are 13-0. They are 13-0, and nationally, they're ranked. I mean,
yeah. Look, and I want to see Westlake or Lake Travis. You know, they got these other high schools out of Dallas. You know, y'all need to check that out too, man. You know. Hey, but hey, I'm gonna see y'all later.
Appreciate you calling in.
Appreciate you.
Hey, Mr. Oklahoma is. He's a box office draw.
Literally.
He gonna make sure we talk it all. He went to women's. He went to college.
Yeah, that's what a lot.
He went to college basketball. He gets it in. He gets his money worth.
He went to NBA. Talking about the Cup.
That's why we like a long time caller.
I thought Mr. Oklahoma said he doesn't watch basketball. Watch, he finna call back. I thought said he doesn't watch basketball until after the All-Star break.
He was one of them.
Yep.
Remember, he was one of them. But he peeping game.
Yeah, he is.
I want to go to just one little thing that he said there. You mentioned that the SEC title game is in Atlanta.
It is.
Travis.
Yeah.
Corey. They ain't missing a beat.
Yeah.
They said, we know where the game at. We'll be there.
And they just decided not to invite us.
Yeah. That was.
I hope you guys are listening.
That's rude of them. I mean, I would have carried somebody's luggage or something if that would have sweetened the pot. Because I travel light.
Don't worry, I got something for them when they come back.
Ow!
No, I'm just messing. I'm messing up.
No, but, okay, so do you think the SEC should keep having it always in Atlanta? 70 miles to insult your geographical knowledge. I moved here from Georgia.
Yeah.
70 miles away from Athens, Georgia, where the UGA is. It's almost like a home field advantage.
Yeah, it is almost like a home field advantage. But I think what teams try to do is they always try and aim for like the midpoint, you know, of like the conference as a whole. Because when you look, we got teams in Texas, we got teams in Florida, we got teams in Tennessee, you know. I think it's still a good spot to host it at, you know. No one knew that Georgia was going to be bumping like they are